in my garden. Let's go over everything. This blueberry, it was so tiny, now it's like growing out, filling out. It was supposed to grow blueberries, but something ate all the blueberries. So that didn't work out. And I'm 90% sure that's a weed because none of the seeds I planted in there and none of the strawberries, nothing in there I planted grew. And over here we have a strawberry that looks good, and then on the side we have a beet. And we have another strawberry in there on the other side. And the parsley's going to seed. Over here we have some apple mint, beet. We cleaned up the leaves that were brown. And we have some strawberries in there. And we planted a few other things, and something's coming up right there, which I think is a beet. Oh yeah, we transplanted beets in there too last week. And then this is lemon balm. And there's a strawberry coming back, and then strawberries over there. And then we have some apple mint. Other things are popping up in there, who knows what. But I know I planted a lot of flowers in there. And I planted flowers in there too. And then we planted some flowers in here. And we have the mint at the top with like one strawberry that's being suffocated. And then, oh yeah, we have calla lilies over there too. It's in the back. You can kind of see it right there. There's a leaf. And then over here, some calla lilies. And we have other flowers and other things planted in here because we were cleaning it out, taking out the dead strawberry roots and the dead snails. We planted some veggies in there. And then over here we have the mint at the top. And we have strawberries on the second row and maybe some vegetables in there. And then we planted some flowers and some other things in there, but we're still planting it out, waiting to see what comes in. And over here we planted vegetables a few times throughout this, and we planted flowers. And then at the top we have the strawberries. They're coming back big and strong, which I thought they were going to die, but they seem to be coming back big and strong. And then over here, this mint we transplanted to try and keep bugs away. It's going strong right there. We have some more right there, and that mint didn't make it, and that mint didn't make it, but we planted out some things at the top. And we have some things in little shelters, and we're going to bring some more of those out. And these strawberries down here, they're not looking the best, but I'm thinking I might bring them up somewhere where they get a little more sunlight. And over here, I think those are amaryllis or something, I'm not sure. They were big bulbs I planted in there. And then we have a lot of cilantro, and we have kale, and possibly arugula in here. And I planted a tomato. Oh, we have one bean. And I planted a tomato in here, but the tomato wasn't the strongest, and it's not doing so great. And then I tried planting tomatoes in here, but they don't do good in this pot. It's kale and some flowers. Oh, and I just noticed these flowers, they're getting bigger. So we're going to see what those turn into. And we have apple mint in here with some parsley going to seed, with kale going to seed. And another kale in here. And we're going to see how it's going, if it goes to seed or if it survives. But we have some more kale. We have this tomato right here. You can see there's some flowers starting to form. And we have flowers right there. And it's getting bigger. And then we put in some mint in here to try and help protect it. And then we have calla lily and some, I think those might be daffodils or freesia or lily or something over there. And then we put this mint over here as another protectant. And then we have what looks like cilantro might be growing over there. And then we have some lemon balm, or some kind of balm over there, I know that much. And then we have this mint that's growing out, and then we have these flowers, which might be freesia or something. And those are growing. Yeah, and over there, all that, and the calla lilies. And then we're going to plant more calla lilies this weekend, probably. And then we have the olive tree. And we have a bunch of cilantro in here. And the goal is to have it fill out. And we have a tomato. And we have beets in here. And we might have lettuce in here still. Oh, it looks like we have a kale growing in the early stages, too. So we're just waiting to see what all turns out to be, and we're hoping it comes into a cilantro forest with a tomato and beets in there too. And this weekend we're gonna clean. I was going through these buckets, and I realized one was a bucket. Well, yeah. If you like, watch and subscribe. Bye.